Oh my gosh. Fancy going live and sneezing right at the same time. That kind of sucks. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Coffee Run Live, episode 463. It's crazy town, how fast time is flying. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about some things that I shared. I run a free Facebook group that I have not run very well at all in the last year and a half. And I thought I would share a little bit about this and my thinking around it and how you might like to, some different prompts or some different things that you might like to think about. You can join the group if you want. It's Nicola's group for relentless badasses, I think. It's the free one. You'll see it. It's attached to the page. Really ramping up in there. And I guess part of my thinking around this has been, well, we all put stuff out for free, right? All the content that we put out there is free. It's all in the name of serving you guys and building relationships and helping you get to know me and like me, trust me. Some of you will buy from me, some of you won't, and that's okay. And I think that for me, part of what I was thinking going back a little while ago is like, I put all this stuff out all the time. It's like, why do I need to have a Facebook group? And I was I've had these, I don't want to ever resent creating content. I don't ever want to resent putting out free stuff or feel like I'm doing it just to kind of get something, even though we know that that's what happens. You know, Baker's Delight give out their free samples in the expectation, the anticipation that people are going to buy whatever it is that they sample out there for free. But I don't ever want to kind of like try and manipulate people into buying from me. I want you guys to buy from me because you want to buy from me or you think that I can help you, right? And that's, I guess, the thing. And with this free group, I'd been feeling like really, so I haven't done much except sort of sporadically over the last, I don't know, maybe 18 months, 2 years since I've had it. So I had this realization last week where I was like, you know, we've got this resource, right? And what would have to change? So what would have to change for me to feel better about it? I thought, well, you know what? If I was being paid to run this group, how would I be approaching it, right? So it's a little bit like with your business page. If you're being paid to get up and create content every day on your business page, you would probably front up to it like it's your job, right? If it was in your job description that you had to show up, that you had to do a live stream, that you had to come out there and talk to your people, you would go and do it because it was part of what you had to do, right? So in my head, I'm like, but we do get paid to turn up on our Facebook pages. We do get paid to turn up and put our content out there. We do get paid to write our blogs. It's just not, we don't get paid per word. We don't get paid per blog. We get paid, you know, by way of a client signing up with you and for your courses or your coaching or your into your practice or whatever it is that you're doing. So it really kind of, right, Carmen? It really kind of made me go, well, shit. If I was being paid to go and be in this group, what would I be doing? And I was like, I would treat it completely differently, which is really bad. I feel really, I feel kind of guilty because I'm like, I saw it as such a very different entity to what I do on here. It's like, you know what, I turn up on here close to every day, not on the weekends, but close to every day. I'm in here and I'm like really excited and really passionate to talk to you guys on this other thing. It was like, so I'm like, what do I need to do to change it? So for me, it's like, well, all right, if I'm being paid to go and run it, then what are you going to do? How are you going to show up? And which kind of conflicts. And this is where a little bit of this kind of like this tension landed for me. Because I would do this stuff, I would do what I'm doing right now, even if I had $10 million in the bank. If I was making $10 million a month and I did not have to work, I would still want to work. I still want to contribute. I still want to help motivate, inspire, and see how many people I can impact in the world, right? Like as part of part of who I am. It's a huge part of why I do what I do. And it fuels me. I know it helps you. I know it gives you guys clarity. It gets you motivated, inspired. And then you go out and help more people. I'm like, yeah, be the ripple. But in this other group, it didn't feel like that. So I'm like, all right, how do I need to change that? So one of the things that I've done is I'm like, well, I would turn up at least each week, once a week, to help and add value in there. So what are you going to do? So I made this public declaration, like public in there and in here actually, being like, okay, I'm going to go and run this over in here, and you're going to get a new live stream every week, exclusive content for them. So again, free group, not paying. You can't, or you can buy a book from me today. But that's about it. Which you should buy a book. If you need to market yourself and stand out, you should totally buy a book, but that's by the by. In the meantime, it's kind of like shifting the way that you look at things. Like Carmen's just said with the reality check, you know, how often have you not done something or done something because of these preconceived ideas that you've had rolling around in your head? So I think that's a really interesting thing to consider. The other thing that I think is really interesting is that people will respond differently to you, and they will see it in their feeds differently, whether you're on your page or in a group. Now, I know some people who have done group things amazingly well, and I would be the poster child for those who have done them really poorly. But that's, again, by the by. I'm getting better. And I think this is a thing that we've got to consider. We are living in a time where nothing is like it was, right? Where people are acting differently, people are behaving a bit differently. But the thing that everyone wants, your people, my people, globally people, we're all looking for connection. So if you can be the kind of person who is able to provide a space for people to connect in the realm of what you're doing, then I kind of think that we've almost got, as people who really care deeply about other people, we've almost got this responsibility to kind of create and carve a space where people can come and hang out and talk about the really cool things that they're doing in the world, or if they need help, that, you know, where they can access help, not just from you, but also from the community, from the tribe of people. I remember reading a book called Tribes, going back in 2010, and it was all about, I'm pretty sure it's a South Godden book actually, and it was all about how if you just activate one person, how that person has that. It's a bit like, this might be a bit too close to home, but it's a little bit like the spread of COVID, right? You know, you come into contact with one person and then that, you know, spreads to lots of people, and that spreads to lots of people. If you imagine that you are able to create really awesome ripples and create really awesome impact by just helping one person, that person will then go and help more people, and then those people will go and help more people. And that's really what the tribe effect is all about. So that was what I don't think it was Seth Godin actually. I think there's a different author, but I can't remember who it was. So that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today. If you are being paid, if you changed your mindset around your content creation, and if you were thinking that you are being paid to create this content and you will see the money come, then how are you going to show up? What are you going to say and do? Does that then shift and change your attitude? Because or your motivation almost is maybe better than attitude. The thing is that we all really need a reason for why we're doing what we're doing, right? And if you know that reason is that there's going to be people always tuning in and listening to you, that you're always able to help people, then that's got to be a really great reason. Really, really good thing. And you will also get paid eventually. I promise you, you will always get paid. You might not see it come through then and there, like I don't get paid to create this today, but I know that it will create a ripple and create an impact. So what do you need to do today? You need to get out there. You need to go help some people. You need to have a whole ton of fun doing it. If you are wanting to come and join the free group, then I will put the link in here following on from this because I haven't got it saved into my clipboard. And get out there and be awesome because the world is damn ready for it. I will see you tomorrow, if not before.